Hello, my name is Cultivate and welcome to my channel Parenting&More. I am excited to be here and give you this. First of all, I want to congratulate you for deciding to step away from our negative from our traditional style of parenting, using pain and all those negativity to control kids into obedience. Thank you for embracing the positive style of parenting, which fosters love, compliance, mutual respect. Today we're going to be talking about how to get your child to listen. Before we delve into that, let me remind you to please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and click the notification button so you can get notified the next time I post a video. Thanks for watching. Okay, how to get your child to listen. I have 5 tips that I bring today. Now, these tips are not exhaustive. These are just all I can remember at this moment of doing this video. So there might be other ones that I will do in another video, but for now, let's delve into this. Okay, so the first thing is make your instructions clear and simple. The second thing is you're going to use a language of interest to him at that particular time. It doesn't mean English, Yoruba, French, Spanish, or whatever thingy, whatever language your child is speaking. It means what it interests to him at that particular time. It might be reading, studying, playing, watching TV, doing whatever it is doing. Right? That is what is of interest to him at that time. So you infuse it into the instruction and still make it clear and short. Yes. Now the third tip is you state your consequence. So now when you give the instruction once, if you have to repeat the instruction, let the consequence follow. All right. Now the first thing is follow through with the consequence. In the case that your child is not comply, you follow through with that consequence. Now when we say consequence, we don't mean spanking, right? Okay, remember we are stepping away from that. No spanking. Okay, so you state the consequence. We can talk more about different kind of consequences you can use in another video, right? But okay, let's move on that. I'll give you an example that puts perspective into all of this I'm saying. Right, and then the 15 that I have on my list is you make them do it. Even after you have stated the consequences, you make them do it. Okay, now let me put this into a perspective. My 3-year-old son is Andres. So I say to him, Andres, darling, I want you to go to the bedroom, bring my brown bag to me here. When you come back, you continue playing with your building blocks. You have matched step 1 and 2, right? You said that once, and it doesn't. First of all, that always works for me. I don't need to go to the other ones anymore. Right? Anymore. Just the first and second step gets me what I want every time. It works like a charm. But of course, before we get there, I always have to use the step 3, 4, and 5. Right? So making you get there, I have to talk about all of them. I cannot just stop at it 2. So usually after I give the instruction like that, my child will go, bring the bag, and continue his play. Everybody is happy. Okay. But because you are used to this style and your child is new to it too, he's not used to obeying you at first. He's not used to obeying you, complying with you if you don't shout. He's not used to complying with you without spanking him. And that's a thing. When you spank and yell at your kids, they get used to that. And if you don't do it, they don't do what you want. So now you're training yourself. You need to now train your kids to step away from that style that they're used to. Got it? Okay, so you accept that and your child paid no attention to you, like he pretended not to hear you. Now, this is another step I forgot, and that's supposed to be the very first step, the very first tip. Make sure you get their attention first. Call them to look at you. Make sure you get their full attention before giving the clear instructions infused with the language of their interest. All right. So when you do that, and it seems like they gave you attention, but they don't want to do what you want them to do, repeat that instruction that way with a consequence, right? So in this case, I said, Andres, please go to the bedroom, bring my brown bag, and you can continue playing with your building blocks. And he didn't answer me. Andres, I said, go to the bedroom, bring my brown bag, and continue playing with your building blocks. If you don't go right now, I'll take your building blocks away. Okay, in the event, in the unlikely event that he did not go to bring it and calls your bluff, you take it away. And still, now taking it away is the fourth step, that is following through. And then you still pick up that child. Say, when mama asks you to do something, you have to do it. That's how to be a good boy. That's how to comply. Without anger in your face, but with seriousness in your face, like here. When mama tells you to do something, you have to do it. That's how to be a good boy. Okay? You carry him, go to that bag. You know, it is easier for you to just go pick the bag yourself, right? Or whatever you want to pick in the bag. But no, don't do that. Pick up the child by their wrist or by their body. Even if they scream and shout and whatever, no, never mind. Pick them to pick the bag to take to the living room. All right? You have followed through. So do not give them instruction that you're not prepared to follow through with. Right? When you give them instruction, when you start the first step of making them listen, you have to follow through till they do it. Now, doing it even if doing it means you making them do it. And when you do it, don't just do it with some anger and shouting and whatever. Do it with short and clear statements too. Now, if you have to use the last step of making them do it, make sure they don't get their toy until the following day. Now, that's going to get them upset and throwing tantrums and screaming and all of those. Pull them in. Don't ignore them. Pull them in. Remember, we said in the previous video, even when you're disciplining them, discipline in love. Still show love to them. As they are disappointed and frustrated, pull them in and tell them, oh, I know you're frustrated because I took your toy away, but I gave you a choice. This is the consequence of your choice. Next time when mama said do this, you go do that. Okay? That's how to be a good boy, and you are a good boy. And then this does not mean that when you do all the steps to that last step once, the next time is going to comply. No. Prepare your mind to do that like 10 times, over 10 times. And by the 11th time, I guarantee you don't have to go to the 5th step anymore. Just the 1 and 2 steps, which is now a simple sentence to you because, you would have had time to practice it with him. Just a sentence of instruction and your child does it. The secret is you have infused the language of interest, and that makes the boy comply faster. That is one secret. And the second secret is constant practice. We have practiced that a lot of times. It doesn't mean that it has always been like that. These are just the tips that I have remembered now. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. Thank you. Bye-bye.